Well, you don't like Drake, so
I
not
do.
Surprised. Not surprising.
I love him. I just want him to be him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This sounded more like him. This sounded more views than the last 3 ridiculously bad albums he's made.
True. It did sound old school. It had a little bit of trophies in there. If you go back and listen to trophies. Yeah,
that might be a better example. Yeah.
I felt like this. The beat was fire. I liked the beginning. It just, with that switch up to the sing-songy, it was kind of like, I'm starting to realize when artists have young girls in their studio. Yeah. And I think Drake has to get the young girls out of his studio.
But I think that's just his style. I think he's going back. And if he does that, unfortunately, he's going to be dropping this album too late in the summer. So it's not going to be a summer album.
Yeah.
And that summer album thing was a thing. I don't know why guys got away from that. Like, yo, you drop an album and it runs through the summer, especially with, the youths, like people our age, we'll listen all the time. But the youths, they're not in school, they're going to the beach, they're spring break, like that spring break to like summertime used to be where all the albums get dropped.
I can't let you do that. What is a youth? Please.
The youths, the young people. We just call them the youths. The youths.
I was about to say, I don't know what he said. I was stuck there.
No, the youths, man, the young people. Like those are the people that have the opportunity to listen to albums 5 times in a day.
True, but they don't have the opportunity to like experience it the way we can.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate, right? Because I remember like, this album's out, and then you realize like, dang, a nice pool day party.
Yeah,
this is out of here.
I don't know, man. These kids, they don't work anymore, or they can't find jobs, depending on what you're looking for. So.
Yeah, what happened to teen employment?
All the adults need jobs now. Yeah. That's the bad part. Everybody trying to work, man. Bruh. This is a very tough job market.
It is. I mean, like, I think about it for me, I got my first job at Hardee's when I was 15. And it was at least 4 of us that was in high school. It was only 8 of us working there total. Yeah. Maybe 8 to 10. So 40%, all of us was in high school. Now you go there and nobody's in high school.
No, nobody's in high school. Like I think I saw someone like in high school when I went home last week, and like the kid behind the counter, like he was 17. And like, real nice guy. He was just like, I was like, you go to school here? He's like, yeah. I was like, man, yeah, class of 97. And he just looks at me and be like, what?
Yeah, I would have looked at you crazy too. Class of 97.
Oh, man, that was funny. But, he was just like, nah, man. He was just like, what advice you have, man? I was like, that was pretty cool for him to be working. Obviously, he's working, so he's already responsible, right?
Yeah.
And like, he was the only person that actually trying to work because nobody else in the back was doing anything.
Dog, I went to 7-Eleven on Statesville. That'll let y'all know what time it is. And I remember it was only me and the girl in the store, and she told me to use the self-checkout. And the only thing I remember is, this is why you won't have a job. So I'm like, are you crazy?
Oh, man.
And then I went to Bojangles. One time I went to Bojangles, they have the AI ringing them up.
Yeah. The Bojangles take your whole order. It's on spot. It's on like, and the orders are correct now.
I'm like, y'all gonna be mad when y'all don't have jobs. Cause we're gonna AI all this. Like, you got me checking out. It's almost like the little joint in the airport where you go in, you swipe your card, whatever you pick up, it automatically charges.
When you leave.
That's what's going to happen to y'all at 7-Eleven.
Well, I mean, that's going to be most jobs in general. But I will say this. A lot of people panic. New jobs are always created when the old jobs are taken away. It's certain jobs like that needs a human touch.
Podcasting.
So hopefully. But no, to your point though, podcast, right? Because this is still human touch oriented, right? Waiters, waitresses, right? Bartenders. They're always, no one wants to go to a bar and a machine just pours you a drink.
What if she got a wreck?
A machine, right, bro? At this point, you're just admitting you're an alcoholic. Nobody wants that kind of self-actualization in their face, right? Like they want the excuse of, I'm going down here to fellowship, which you are. But you also could be an alcoholic.
Fellowship. I'm going to the bar today.
If machines are just pouring you your drinks,
yeah, you crazy.
It's clearly you're an alcoholic.
You could just go home and just get that same drink. But sometimes you need the chick with the rack to do it. All right, here we go. Speaking of podcasting, one of the ones that Mike don't know about, but I love to see his reaction to it. Here we go.
The internet is a very feminine space. It's a gossipy space. So if you're a man that's constantly like in that space, I'm looking at you a little funny.
Do you ever go through the comments and you see someone you know in there
talking
crazy?
And
like in like the shade room.
CockTales.
In the room or on Justin LA's boys post, and I'll be like,
I hate when I see somebody going back and forth with somebody about gossipy stuff. I think that it can be a feminine space, but I also think it depends on what you're using it for. The stuff that I'm looking at typically is the gossipy stuff. So when I see it, it's just like, why are you arguing with strangers on the internet? Are you trying to stick up for yourself or your friend? I'll give you a pass. But if this is a stranger and you arguing about celebrity gossip, are you kidding me?
I saw this
and
lady.
talking like you know these people. They don't know you. That is not Big Bruh.
Women have now told straight men you cannot
argue with us on the internet.
It's one of the favorite things. I love when women continue their list of this makes you feminine if you do this. And it's never nothing to do with sexuality. It's just like, all right, now you can't talk about celebrities on the internet and gossip.
You can't go back and forth. You can't disagree with them for the internet that was built. It was built by guys, right? But y'all do own the gossip space. I will say I don't agree with arguing on the internet. It's never that serious. It's never serious enough to get upset with somebody on the internet. But here's the thing: you could disagree, but I do hate when you're disagreeing and then people are like, "Are you sassy for disagreeing?" Like, come on, man. We was having a very productive conversation here. You can't just call me sassy.
Yeah, I like it. I'm like this. If I had a time, I'm going back and forth with you.
That is partly true, right? It's like, it's about having that time, the annoyance level.
Yeah, and if I know it's not deep, it becomes funny. Especially when it's more deep for you than for me. And we on the internet and I don't know who you are.
There's certain things that we just allowed to argue about. We're allowed to argue about music. We're allowed to argue about sports. Like you can't take that from people on the internet. Like those are hobbies.
Well, they're trying to take it from men. They said they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, but they don't even enjoy it if we're not there. Every space that we vacate, it be dead. ESSEENCE Fest.
We gonna
dying.
Get there. I can't wait. Oh my
dying.
I will say this: if a girl sends me a Justin LaBoy post, and I do see a dude who I'm rocking with, and I see him like it, I am questioning like that man. I am like, all right, bro, this for the girls.
Sometimes his stuff is funny though.
Oh no, all of it's hilarious.
Yeah, it be some bird stuff.
Oh, I'm a bird.
Yeah. So sometimes it does.
So funny. I don't like it. I just repost it. I have double standards for myself. We ain't talking about
you gotta be careful with your likes on Instagram now. Instagram snitches.
I know they snitch on you. They tell me.
Mike not like the thing. The reason why I don't care because it's obvious what I like. Like every time you look at it, it's gonna be the same thing.
And here's my thing. Y'all be sending it to me like Mike be liking ugly chicks. They don't. They not saying oh, she ugly. It be some toughness up in there. I'm like, oh yeah, she fine. That's right up par. I'm like, all right. Long as Mike ain't posting like horny stuff, then I'm just like, I don't care. No one
does the horny thing. Instagram has kind of got away from the horny thing. Twitter's like the horny space now.
Oh, you ain't seen my explore page. I'm in a group chat on Instagram called the Hornies.
I'm surprised Instagram letting that get off. They be tripping.
Yeah, they always gonna be tripping. All right, let's start this podcast.
Now they only tripping as hard as TikTok though. Good Lord.
Aren't we supposed to be getting a new TikTok app?
Are we?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a US only based TikTok app. I wonder if it was that in Trump's deal, the big
US
deal.
based only.
Yeah, I'll explain it. Hold on.
I'll get you out.
Trying to save black men.
We give black men a place to be seen, a place to be heard.
Sometimes I gotta push back because be lying.
They do, but so do women. So that's what makes the pod cool.
Strap in. It's about to be fun.
Now let's begin.
Yo, I want to welcome everybody to episode 187 of the Black Dads Club. That is Pastor Mike. This is I am Gavin B. This is the Black Dads Club. We want to welcome you to the congregation. Grab a seat, fill in the middle. We definitely gonna go to church today. We got a church news segment today because y'all pastors are amazing, to say the least.
Because no men in the church, bro.
I had to say something to you off mic. I can't say it now.
Okay, please save it.
Cool.
Please save it.
It's about church. It's about last week.
Okay.
You know what happened last week.
Yeah, please save it. Please save it.
This episode is brought to you by, sponsored by, paid for by No Grease Barbershop. Shout out to the mod father who went in there on Monday and asked for Brandon. And there ain't a person in there named Brandon, but he meant Darnell. So I don't know how we got there. But he was calling me like, yo, they say they don't know no Brandon. I'm like, who is Brandon? But anyway, shout out to No Grease, man. Make sure you go see DC, Phil, Classy, my boy from New York, Phil. Didn't I already say Phil?
You already said Phil.
Devin. And sorry for the other people who I do not know because I have yet to meet you. That's the way to get out of that. But shout out to them, man. Anyway, I'll be in there soon. I got to get a haircut next week. So Mike has the dad tip of the week. And I think it's based off of a guy who got in an argument with his wife. And how many miles he walked?
The guy walked 280 miles. He got in an argument with his wife, and he then walked 280 miles before he was found.
She shouldn't have kept talking.
So she probably was talking the whole time he was gone.
Yeah.
So the dad tip of the week isn't a dad tip. It's more or less a question that I have for you.
Okay.
Right? When you have conflict with your significant other, right? What is your outlet to get through that conflict?
To get through, are we still talking about the conversation or like the aftermath?
The conversation, right? Like, so, you're having a conversation, it's heated.
It's getting heated?
Yeah.
All right, so a couple things I don't believe in. I don't believe in yelling.
Okay.
Like, I don't. Like, if she's like emotional, and I pride myself on trying not to be emotional with people, like, especially when we speaking. Like, I'm just like, all right. And if I know we are, I will try to push the conversation or try to like calm myself down. Because I don't believe nobody should be screamed on.
Yeah.
So if we doing that, I'm kind of just like, all right, let's take a break.
Yeah.
Well, let's figure this out. Also, I do a great job. I don't like to cut people off. So I let her, my wife would tell you, it took us a minute to get there.
Yeah.
Mind you, I've been knowing my girl for 13 years. And we only been married, half of that, right?
Yeah.
If that. But she used to cut me off all the time. And then we'll get to the end of a conversation. I'll just be like, yo, I haven't spoken. Cool. So, but we've worked together.
Yeah.
So part of that is letting her, it sounds so childish. Women, y'all can skip this. Hey, we're having this conversation. Get your feelings out. I'm going to share my feelings. What would you like moving forward? What do I like moving forward? Do we agree on it? Cool. If we don't agree on it, then we need to figure out why we're not agreeing on it. Usually time is, if she says something, hey, this is how I want to go moving forward. Only time we don't agree if I think it's, and probably for her too, if it's unrealistic or it's not possible. So a lot of things is like, all right. I'll give you an example. And it wasn't an argument, so it's not a good example. Anyway, we was talking about it last week. We were talking about, hey, we had to buy something. And I said, hey, I'm going to have to start working more. I know you want me around more. I know you want this more. You want to be able to do this on the weekends. Unfortunately, my job is a weekend job.
Yeah.
Yours isn't. So you might not see me more. Is that cool? Because I know it will become an argument.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of that. And
heading it off.
Yeah.
Before it gets there. You know them enough. You care enough
that's the other
to be
thing.
like,
I'm like, yo, let me go ahead and nip this in the bud early. But for the most part, it's like, hey, what are you looking for? But you can't go to your girl and she about to argue and be like, yo, what you want? She do want to get her stuff off. She do got some emotion she want to explain. And so you can understand how you're making that person feel. But for me, it's always like, what action would you like to see? Can we agree on those actions? And then boom, it's usually done.
Got you. And that's a question I have for the fellas, because a lot of times we end up in conflicts, we end up in arguments, right? And then we always wish we did better. Like one of the things, like I'm not in relationships, I don't argue at all anymore. And when I get back in a relationship, I'm not ever arguing again, right? But one of the things that I used to say in an argument, right? And this is so terrible. I used to be like, yo, I am reacting in this way because you did this, right? Like that was a very, very bad mistake, years ago, that I had to be like, you know what? In retrospect, why did I say that? Like nothing was helpful about me saying that. Like, but you're in your emotions, you're in your feelings. Yeah. And I was just like, just looking back, I'm like, yo, there's nothing that someone else could do, right? They can do whatever they want, and you can still say, hey, well, I'm still gonna treat you well. Yeah. I'm still gonna respond in kind, right? So that was a mistake that I made. So learn from me, fellas. If you doing that, if you're saying I'm doing this because you cut that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But seeing a guy walk 280 miles, and look, I get it. There's been times where I probably like 280 miles. That's like from Charlotte to what? That's halfway to Atlanta, isn't it? Probably that might be to Atlanta.
That is to Atlanta. So I don't believe this. He might have been homeless. She might have kicked him out.
That might make more sense. But anyway, it just made me be like, you know what? That's a good place to start on the pod, because we are talking about our journeys as men. And part of our journeys as men is like, yo, how are we holding conversations with significant others?
Are you let's talk about it now, or are you let's visit this later?
No, I got to talk about it now. My anxiety is way too high. I need it right now. Let's hash this out right now. Because I am the type of person where it's like, yo, I don't really get offended by much. So it's like, yo, just get it out. Just like, let's figure it out and work through it.
I remember we was going through it, and this was before we even. This is a funny story. It's one of the stories that might be like, hey, how did your wife feel about what you shared? We had that conversation too after. So I remember one time we got into it, and she was like, yo, I need a break from you. We got to talk. And she had set the date when we were going to talk, and I was tripping. The main reason I was tripping, I was like, yo, I just bought an engagement ring.
Oh.
And I was like, this ain't it. Like, and then I was like, if she says she done, then what I do I, cause it's hard. Cause when you propose, it's like, do I take it back to the jewelry store? Do they give me a refund? I had bought the stone from one place, the band from somewhere else. I'm like, are they going to break it apart? How do I explain to the girl? Cause I went to a mom and pop store for the band. I'm like, they going to be looking at me like, bruh, you just got this.
Just got it.
You just left here a week ago. But yeah, we figured it out. She ain't dumped me, clearly. All right, we know what y'all here. I don't know if this is going to be the the cover art. Probably not. We might find something else. Anyway, it's official. Diddy has been found guilty of 2 charges. The other 3 he is found not guilty on. For those who don't know, he got found guilty for traveling across state lines to participate in prostitution.
Yeah.
2 counts of that. He was found innocent of RICO and then sex trafficking. 2 counts. So, and it's funny because the RICO is 1 charge, and charges 1 and 3 are the same, and 2 and 4 are the same, 3 and 5 are the same. Because 1 is for Cassie, counts 2 and 3 is for Cassie, counts 4 and 5 is for the Jane Doe, who we still to this day don't know.
Yeah.
And so it
sounds like 50 knows who she is.
It sounds like the world want us to know that 50 knows exactly who she is. And he's found innocent on everything else. The main charges.
Yeah.
Even though the other 2, I think the other 2 is funny. And I want to get to this in a little bit because I guess I stated it now. I love how the internet and what's really going on and what's really going on the internet never are the same things.
No.
Because, now it's like, hey, he's facing up to 20 years. But apparently because it's his first offense and all this other stuff, there's a max he can serve on that 20 years. So it's like he only could do, I think, maybe like 3 years. It's something crazy.
Yeah,
it's like 50-something months. So maybe not 3 years. Maybe it's like 5 is the max.
Yeah.
And he didn't already serve 1.
Yeah.
But anywho, what was your thoughts when this verdict came in?
I mean, I think when we ended the pod, I was like, yo, I don't see how he can get charged on the major stuff, right?
Yeah,
but
we both said that.
Yeah, so again, I didn't even consider he is a first time offender, and obviously I didn't consider this because Diddy is notorious for screwing people over, so it doesn't feel like he's a first time offender, but technically he is, right? So when you think about it, it's like, yo, it's going to make sense. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he's let out around the holidays. Like, it would not surprise me. Like, yeah, it's a year. But if there's enough news going on, it would not surprise me, like, right before Christmas or right after Christmas that he's home or at least on house arrest, right?
Yeah.
So that would not surprise me at all. So the verdict didn't surprise me, like, because they were talking about abuse and they had him on trial for RICO.
Yeah.
Like,
that didn't make sense.
That didn't make any sense. So I kind of... This has really felt like from the beginning, and this is an older part, we said this, it really felt like somebody was just like, you're no longer under our protection, and we're going to show you what it looks like.
Yeah.
Right? It's always felt that way.
Because this seems like you remember when everybody knew that Tory was coming home, and then we saw what he got charged with, and we was like, wait a second, yeah, you're supposed to be guilty of that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But the internet had us thinking the charges was totally different, right?
Exactly.
When you get to the charges on Diddy, this seems like the feds was reaching, and they knew they was reaching because the state was too like soft to say, "Yo, we gonna charge you with DV."
Even like with the reach though, it kind of felt like somebody was like, "Hey, do these charges, right?
Yeah,
do these like we're messing with him, right?
Yeah.
It kind of seemed like that from the beginning because again, what they were talking about, what we was getting back from the court reporters, and what he was on trial for, we're like, well, we're still talking about abuse, right? And he's not on trial for abuse. Not saying that abuse is right, but it's like that's not what y'all are trying him for.
The fact of you charging for a RICO to make it seem like he built his whole empire on sex trafficking is crazy.
And
dog, think about that. We know him for music only.
Yeah.
He's been known for music only. You trying to say he got all of this because he's trafficking women. And that's crazy.
And here's the thing, right? Even with the trafficking, it come out to be nothing but men.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that played a part into jury apathy, right?
Oh, because look at this jury.
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly what happened.
I think that, can men really be victims of sex trafficking and prostitution? I think most people feel like, no, they can't.
Yeah. And what they was trying to say that Cassie and what did Cassie and I felt bad for her, and I'll tell you a little bit why I feel bad for her. Because I'll tell you right now, as years go on, people gonna feel less sorry for Cassie. So,
I think that moment is here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just the more every day that goes by, it's gonna be like, all right, girl, like
you really but again, right? It's this ideal of, are you a participant or are you a victim?
Oh, we gonna get there. Hold on. That's the next part. But what I was saying with her is like the reason why I feel bad for her on that. But then it was like, all right, people's looking like, all right, Cassie got done in because, hey, you left him. Then you start DMing him saying you want to participate some more. Then you leave him again. You with your man. You texting him with your man. Then, it is one of those things that I do wonder. I know Diddy is going to be home soon. I do wonder if he feels like, yo, I should have just paid her that money before she tried that.
Absolutely, he feels that way.
Because what he's lost in the last year and you still got to give up that $30 million.
Like his biggest fault may be being cheap.
Yeah, or being an a-hole.
Well, I mean, obviously from the case. And again, right, I've never really been, when the way that Diddy did Shine and 112, like 112 is like my favorite R&B group back in the day.
It's funny.
And Shine was kind of like the Biggie replacement. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like the way that he did those two artists, man, like I at that point I was like, yo, okay, this guy doesn't care.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. Like somebody's taking a charge for you, bro. Like you should be like, all right, man, let me take care of you.
And you didn't, because you promised him you would, and you didn't.
Yeah, so everything so where he's at in life right now, you can't feel sorry for him.
Nah. Because
he kind of put himself there. But the just jury breakdown, though.
Bro, this was over before it got started.
I was kind of like, okay.
Who stood out to you to make you think that it's over?
Honestly, when I saw a 39-year-old black male there as a social worker, I was like, okay, that's kind of the guy that's probably speaking to it, right? Because he's from the generation of Diddy, right?
Okay.
So he understands that everything that's going on with Diddy. He's at the age where he kind of understands, diet sex work, real sex work.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, this is probably the guy that if he has the white male that was the PhD in molecular biology here, I said that those are the guys that's probably turning this room right now.
First of all, when I saw the scientist, the PhD, did you use his name? First of all, he got to be in New York.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can find this person in real life. Some of y'all are real detectives in real life where y'all do the work. Y'all can find somebody, this PhD, who does this type of biology in New York in this age. It can only be a handful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't no easy thing to like find. So when I saw him, I said it's cool. And you know what it is? In one of the group chats I was in, one of the guys said, one of the things that these CEOs do is like, hey, these CEOs get their assistants to hire party favors, whatever they may look like. Right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you in those environments where you don't look at that guy and say, hey, that he's trafficking these women when he's out there doing it. You might not agree with it. You might not have the money for it. So you might be a little jealous. But when I saw the dude, I'm like, oh, he didn't talk to some people. And the older actor, the massage therapist. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is out of here.
Yeah.
When I saw this, I said, oh, he could.
Yeah, because he can speak to it. Because it's a good chance that he's been near that world, right? Won't say he's in it, because I don't know him.
On both sides.
But it's a good chance.
Therapy
but it's a good chance he's near that world, right?
And he old.
The investment analyst, I was like just jury selection that they had, they brought guys that understood sex work.
And certain things that are taboo in the black community ain't taboo in the other community.
Yeah, that's what they brought in, everybody that kind of understood sex work. Like these got retired banker, retired telecom. Man, these are all guys that understand sugar babies, diet, sex work. So I was like, yo, this jury selection was strong. And even with the black women, right?
Mhm.
They brought in a physician assistant, right?
Yeah.
Medical field, notorious for ridiculousness, on that side of the world, right? The other one, nurse and homemaid, again, right? Medical
Freaks.
field.
Oh, I didn't say freaks.
Like this jury was kind of built for them to kind of minimize the impact of what's happening, especially if you're just going to put a bunch of males on the stage as the victims of sex work.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing. When they said that Diddy's team didn't present a case, I was like, something ain't right. Either y'all are super confident or y'all are super dumb.
Well, I think it was hard for them to present a case because he's not a good person. So
Yeah.
you can't put him on the stand.
Yeah.
He's really hasn't done anything philanthropic enough for you to be like, this is who he is in the community.
But not even to call witnesses. They just crossed the other people with
Who is it? What? He don't have friends. The dude has screwed over everybody.
You put Kanye up there?
50-50 on what's gonna come out of Kanye
It
mouth.
ain't 50-50. You know he gonna get up there and say
He might
something
get
wild.
reconvicted with Kanye. Like get convicted with something else.
You seen over there in Europe, Kanye offered $7 million to perform.
Yeah,
at
the
stadium. They
Wembley,
said
and
no.
Wembley was like, no.
Yeah.
You can't really do the Hitler thing in Europe, bro.
It can't come over here.
They
with it.
kind of sensitive on the whole Hitler thing in,
If you
in
didn't
England. Yeah, if you didn't know, they look a little sensitive about that over there.
Jeez. What's next for him? And then we're gonna get to the. Well, you know what? Let's get to it. Let's talk about it. Are you tired of mediocre haircuts and lackluster service? Look no further. Get ready to redefine your grooming game with the ultimate experience at No Grease Barbershop, conveniently located at Northlake Mall and Charlotte Premium Outlets. It's not just about a haircut, it's about the experience. No Grease Premium in Northlake sets a new standard for luxury with a full-service bar selection. Elevate your grooming experience even further with their signature drinks served during your service or while you wait. Whether you're looking for a classic fade, a timeless gentleman cut, or a bold modern style, No Grease Premium in Northlake got you covered with their design and color specialists. Let's not forget about the importance of routine self-care for men. Their partnership with Alpha Male Nail Care, exclusively at No Grease Premium, offers manicures and pedicures as a part of your routine grooming. Visit No Grease Barbershop at Charlotte Premium Outlets or Northlake Mall today, and make sure you tell them that the Black Dads Club sent you. There is this thing of, hey, I participated in this. We going back to the, did you regretfully participate?
Yes, it regret sex.
And we're speaking about Cassie because we don't know who the other one is. We can assume who she is, but is this more of that?
It is. Okay, it could be a lot of things. One, it could be cashing out and this just got out of hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the clip on Pierce Morgan. He had Corinne Steffens on there, right?
Mm-hmm. Which is wild.
And she was like, it is wild. Pierce show is falling off.
How you know her? Who told you to get her?
Dude, there's somebody just booking. He has one of those London Nigerians over there from the Shade Room. And then that's who's doing all his booking right now. I can guarantee you. Because it is getting ridiculous right now. It's the Shade Room is booking for him. But
I did see the screen. I thought it was AI. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I assume everything is fake, but go ahead.
But to that point though, right? Like she's saying, I can't really recall if I've been violated or not, right? And that regret sex is a thing.
Yeah.
But we haven't had a conversation of what's regret versus what you were coerced into. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's been women that I'm like, I should not have slept with her. Right?
Yeah.
Like, but I wasn't coerced, right? Even if you want to say I had too much tequila, right? Like I wasn't coerced into it, right? We as men, we have something called post-nut clarity, right?
We do.
Like, it literally means the moment I come, I'm like,
But you know why we be like, I shouldn't have slept with her? Hopefully she ain't pregnant.
I mean that be part of it. And it's like, this is not a woman I want to have a kid with. So like regret.
Hope I don't catch that.
Yeah, regret participation. Hope nobody sees it or walk out. Like regret participation is a real thing. It's just that for men, we have not weaponized it, right? And it seems like for women, it is becoming something that they can easily weaponize. And that is low-key scary.
Yeah. Well, I thought he might have gotten off with the, I can understand why they put the DV in there with Cassie. Because if you're trying to prove that she was coerced, Do you need to show that?
Yeah,
hey, I tried to escape. You drug me back.
True.
So maybe I get that part, but also it's like I feel bad for Cassie. Like I said, I think as days go on, we're gonna stop feeling more and more sorry for her because it's like, yo, some of these dudes say they didn't even talk to him. They never met him. They're
there just for her.
Yeah, or even if they there for both of y'all, they only went through you. And so it's getting weird. And one of the dudes, I ain't saying shout out to him, but Vlad is interviewing anybody who said they went to a freak off. If you ever...
Did he not hire one woman though? Low key, I think
about to get to what's next for him. You got to come out as bisexual.
I didn't pay attention that closely.
He needs to.
But I didn't really read anything. I read some kinky stuff or heard or, was watching clip. But I'm like, it's like maybe moving towards the line of gay, but it's like, he might not be gay. He just might be freaked off in his head, bro.
Yeah, he might be. But I don't know. I have been thinking like, what happens next, right?
Even when they were telling the stories, I'm like, this dude, it actually looks like he's been monogamous. They're not talking about him with anybody else. They're talking about him with Cassie.
The dude one of the dudes I watched with Vlad, he was like, he just literally sat in the corner. And he was like, anytime we was getting straight to it, because he was like, I was hired multiple times. He's like, anytime we got to like third base too fast, he's like, the only time Diddy would speak up, be like, y'all need to slow down. Y'all are already trying to get this over with, and I ain't there. He was like, one time we was just in the kitchen. I don't even know if he was in the kitchen no more. He was like, I can't speak on that.
Diddy just likes live porn.
Well, we said 20% of y'all is cooks.
Well, this is true. We did say 20% of men are cooks.
Oh, is this live porn? That is a great point. Huh.
Right, for rich people. And here's the thing, right?
It can't include my girl, though. For me. For me, it can't include.
Well, you would have to be a cuck. You have to have some form of cuckery, right? Whether it's stagging, hot wifing, But I agree with you. It could not be my girl. But I don't know. We're going down a rabbit hole. This is way too early because people that we respect are still listening.
Ben, stop calling me. I'm potting. Hold on, let me see where he went. Hold on. What? I'm potting. You got to text me. Talking about Diddy and is he gay or not, or if he just a freak?
Is Diddy gay?
Yeah, or is he just a freak? Is he just a cuck or a stag?
All right, go ahead. Talk.
He got to go. Oh my gosh, I'm hanging up on both of y'all. We ain't got time for this. So I don't know. Well, now we're having a conversation of what's next.
Okay. For him,
for his reputation.
I think his reputation in the trash.
Really?
Yeah. There's. I've never seen a black man have an accusation against him that's able to come back. Right. I've never. Well, hold on.
Yeah, about to say.
Eddie Murphy did have a crazy wild accusation, but that was pre-internet.
Yeah, that
was pre-internet. But that's like the only guy I've ever seen to be able to. And we're talking about literally one of the most talented human beings on the planet.
Are you thinking of? Because I don't think the prostitution gonna bother him at all.
I think it's everything. I think the DV, man. Anytime it's on camera, if it's not Dana White, it just never goes away. It just because that becomes who you are. Yeah, that really just becomes who you are. Even if that's not you, even if that was just a moment, right? Yes. And I know there's people that will argue if you do it once, that's who you are, right? But I'm saying like most social scientists would be like, losing it in a moment, doesn't really define you. But I think that's going to define who he is, and that will always make it hard for him to do anything in the future.
Yeah,
I think he's rich enough though that he just rides off into the sunset. He's probably just invest.
How old is he? You got to be older.
55, 56.
Oh, yeah. You just go spend time with your kid and tell your son to stop making music. Sorry.
You can't tell Diddy's son to stop. You just got to get better at it.
No, because he doing the whole cocky thing and it's like...
It's 55.
The whole Nepo...
You can't be cocky thing, as a Nepo. I'm sorry.
And then you cocky with the... we running everything.
Like, don't tell me you rich when you Nepo. Like, of course you rich. You supposed to be.
I remember one time, one of my favorite interviews is they asked King Combs what was the cheapest car he ever rode in. And it was like a Bentley something. Like he said that's the cheapest car he's ever ridden in.
Not even a Toyota Camry. Because if I was rich as all get out, I'm probably putting my son in a Toyota Camry.
Yeah. That's why I wasn't mad when they tried to clown Kendrick like years ago for buying his sister. Like it was either a Subaru or it was like a Camry or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, she's 16.
I'm absolutely I think like a Corolla. Yeah, I'm absolutely buying my kids, a Corolla. I mean, I'll probably get an SUV because they're safer. But yeah, I'm like, I'm not putting you in no G-Wagon. Are you crazy?
He's going to be quiet. Essence Fest.
Oh, you do have it on the board. I didn't even see it.
Oh, I couldn't wait. I researched this. I actually did research on it. This is one of the topics where I was like, I want to make sure I am correct. It's this in the whole race education that we about to get to. I researched that because I do want to talk about that. Essence Fest was bad this year. And there's multiple things. Stephanie Mills wrote a whole segment on why it was bad.
Oh man, I wish you would have sent that to me.
Yeah, I'll talk if you want to.
No, go ahead.
So Stephanie Mills, well, the whole thing about Essence Fest is it was poorly ran this year. That's what everybody is saying. We tried to, this is the first time I ever seen people start to kick Lauryn Hill's back in, and then the brand had to come out and say, nah, we actually messed up.
That wasn't even her fault.
Yeah, it was crazy. But honestly, I don't even know how much of that I believe because, if we running 2.5, 3 hours behind, that means Lauryn Hill was on time. Then she was planning on being late. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I love it for Lauryn. I heard some of the clips that was going around. Apparently, Lauryn was like talking to the crowd, hearing what they wanted to hear. Yeah. Because it was only 300 people left in the stadium.
Yeah, I mean,
which is dope.
4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
But at that point, yeah, I mean, if those are 300 people that stayed for you, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of cool.
That is cool. Like, imagine like a Lauryn Hill saying like, hey, what you want to hear?
Yeah.
And you able to say, hey, I want to hear this. And she's like, all right, we ain't practice it. Here we go.
Let's go.
But it was a lot of just ran poorly. And people are on the internet having discussions of why it was going, like, what's wrong? Was it an organization? It wasn't even just the concerts. Is it we're not including local businesses? Sorry here. I'm telling y'all, I still don't know why y'all boycotting Target. I don't know why. I mean, y'all telling me DEI, that's cool. I used to work at Target as a kid, and then I knew it was a white store. They gave y'all Walmart. Us, and y'all is us. But when I worked there, it made it clear, like, hey, people are going to go to Walmart, and those people go to Walmart. It's funny. I'm watching 2 docs, American Apparel, and I'm watching the Abercrombie and Fitch doc.
Yeah.
And like, these are 2 brands that if they, not American Apparel, Abercrombie and Fitch failed because they got started 30 years too late. If they could do their brand when racism was cool and in style, they would still be here.
Yeah, they'd still be around.
But they couldn't, right? So they started in 2007 when it was like, all right, you got to be quiet with your racism. And you know what I'm saying? They didn't start it. That's when they was their height pretty much. But anywho, going back to this, it's the Target thing, right? And apparently the new CEO used to be over DEI at Target before they took this job.
And again, the new CEO, if you're on Twitter, you've seen the discourse. So I'm not gonna go in and kick her back in, right? But I do think, hold on. But I'm gonna give her all her credit, right? I'm not gonna kick her back in, but I am gonna give her all her credit, right? I think when you are disconnected for the culture that you're trying to represent,
let's talk about it.
And she is, right? Because she's not Afro-American. Mm-hmm. She's not pro-black nuclear family.
Nope.
Right? And there's a really good chance that when she came in, right? Mm-hmm. What do most people do when you get hired? Everybody except Afro-Americans do this, by the way, right? When someone, if someone from Southeast Asia gets hired at the bank, that whole department starts looking like what?
That person that just got hired.
All right. If somebody is from London gets hired here, right?
Everybody got
that whole department started looking like what?
Start talking.
It's only Afro-Americans that don't do this.
Yeah. Facts.
Right. So her being, a West African, right? That's not married to a black person, right? That's not married to a man. I guarantee you that whole department start looking like that. Now that's not the problem, right? We're not talking about inclusivity or any of that, right?
Okay.
The problem is that you get rid of people that know how things are done. You kill your logistical chain, right?
Yeah.
All the people that had boots on the ground, that knew, hey, reach out to this person here.
They handle this part.
Reach out to this person here. This company handles all that. When you fire or run off all those people, now you're trying to find people to do the work that's supposed to be done.
Yeah, and I do feel like we keep having this issue of what black looks like or what African American looks like. Let's do that.
We're having that problem because Black Americans are experiencing ethnogenesis, right?
Yes.
For the first time, we've had to declare who we are.
Yeah.
We've never had to declare who we are in the United States of America, right? Because it was obvious. Because at one point in time, it was just us.
Just us.
It was just us. So like we never had to declare, hey, I'm Afro-American. It was like, yo, that's an Afro-American, right?
Yeah.
But, once, I think during the Obama administration, you start pulling in a lot more people that are black skinned, but they're not Afro-American.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to their college application, then they're typing Afro-American, right?
Yeah.
When they applying for jobs, they're doing Afro-American, right? So it looks like, oh, these are all the same.
Yeah.
And then when they get to the top, they're like, oh, no, check out my flag, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, me no black, right? So I think everybody's complaining that, damn, like y'all Afro-Americans, y'all kind of being rude to us. We're like, no, we're having to finally say, whoa. This is where I'm from.
Yo, shout out to all the black people that have over-invited people to the cookout. Now y'all passing out. Now we giving people the wrong invitations. Like they get invitations to pass out. And it's getting weird now.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Because it was like, that's what Essence was for. Sorry, let's keep it real. Essence used to be for black women.
Yep.
Black women to go down there.
And we say black women, we talking about
African-American
Afro-American
women.
Yeah,
right?
women. That's who it was for.
Then they started including black men somehow because, but even when black men go down there, they be like, yo, it's a lot of ladies down
it's
there.
For the ladies, right?
It's for them.
It's for the artists. You going down there, you're going to hear Jill Scott. You're going to hear,
Erykah Badu.
Like, Jeezy not going to be there. He might be there, but he going to be in the lounge with me.
Yeah. Or Jeezy's there and he performing his girl hits.
Yeah, exactly.
He
right.
He ain't finna do TM 101.
And that was, and the thing is, that was 100% okay. Right. But to your point, you're now too exclusive.
Now you start inviting, all right, this sister, she Dominican. This sister's from England.
Yeah.
This sister's Jamaican.
And not saying that the music is not good because I listen to all that music.
Yeah. But it ain't even there. It's just like, hey, we want to include them because now we want to include all of our brothers and sisters around the world. So now it turns out to, dang, it ain't even nobody African American up top anymore. And now what's happening is like, all right, we including so much of everybody that the people this was intended for ain't there. It's almost like what happened at Black Enterprise, but that we know we not allowing to happen.
But but to your point though, not only is it not happening, like one of the things that you also got to understand is that Essence Fest, all those women now are aunties and grandmas.
Yeah,
they're not listening to that music.
They not
right. Like my generation down, right? From my age down is listening to what's coming out of London and what's coming out of Nigeria, what's coming out of South Africa. Yeah. Right? The aunties and grandmas aren't listening to that music. So when you pull them to the Essence Music Festival, they're like, okay, who I don't know any artists. I won't just throw names out there, but like let's just say Tyler, right? Who's Tyler?
Glorilla.
They had
Glorilla open up. It was Glorilla, Maxwell, on Lauryn Hill. Somebody else was on that stage.
Like our grandmas don't know who that is, man.
Yeah, they don't.
Our grandmas have no clue who Glorilla is. And again, us having a conversation about this could be seen as problematic. But let's be honest, right? Every year in Ghana they have Afrochella. I want to go because it's right around my birthday. It's in December of every year, right? And it's 3 days of nothing but Afro beats, Alpiano, right? That type of music, right? 3 days, right? If I went over there, right, and I moved to Ghana and I did the whole Essence thing, right, and I took over Afrochella,
they get you a
and then I started saying, hey, you know what we're gonna do? This year we're gonna do 90s R&B for Afrochella because that's black music, right?
They gonna tear you up,
right? They would run me out of there.
Yeah,
they would run me out of there. However, when we say that, hey, this is a problem here, though, right? Nobody's running her out of here.
Yeah.
So to your point, we might be a little too inclusive.
This was my joke when the Queen City Awards, they bum ass awards started.
You cannot do that.
Oh, they bum ass awards started. They like honored EMPD one year, and I was like, how are you having a Charlotte, North Carolina award show, and you are honoring people in New York?
Yeah.
And then the next year they did it again. And they was like, why is attendance going down? Like, you're not talking
about Charlotte no more.
Like, nobody from Charlotte coming. Then now you got to move your award show to Salisbury. Like, that's going to help. Y'all better nominate us next year too. But I guess that's over. Hold on. Y'all know what time it is.
We are the Charlotte part of the year. Gotta be.
I got to stop.
This is also true.
I want you to hit the floor. Like
sorry, y'all. My bad.
Hit the floor. 1, 2, 3, hit it.
Yo, I do need to go to a good black church service, but I need it to be short. Church need to be 125. I went
110, 125 max. Football Sunday, we need to be out of here at 12:45.
No, football Sunday, I'm just going to the early service. Because then they got to be out of there for the last.
Exactly. Like, we got to be out of here.
Yeah, I don't get it no more. I want to welcome everybody to the church. Welcome in. Pastor Mike is here. I'm the deacon. Y'all know what's up. The offering basket is there. Please donate. You go on our website, buy some merch. Shout out to the person who bought a t-shirt last night. It should be on the way. Ain't got nothing to do with me. But it will be there. Now, y'all know this segment is, first of all, this segment is brought to you by No Grease Barbershop, Premium Outlets, and Northlake Mall. But y'all know this segment is always here to prove about Christianity. Let's just talk about it, man. Hold on. And not even Christianity, just y'all. Y'all who are not called. That's what this is for. All right, here we go.
I explicitly support what this president's doing. And I've been following this president's administration closely. I haven't yet to read or hear one thing said or done as a Christian pastor that my heart doesn't leap and rejoice for. I'd go further. I believe every Christian pastor has a moral obligation to stand with this administration, because this administration, as far as we can tell so far, in everything they have done, and I care about action, and everything they have done are aligning themselves with the moral law of God. And if we can't stand and support that, we just have our head so far in the sand that we're not helpful anymore.
He wanted to cuss.
Yeah, he did. And one of the things that I like about this clip is that this is a pastor that's saying, hey, everything that he does is going with the moral law of God, right? So, so we could throw out the, make sure you take care of strangers and aliens when they visit, right? Like, that's an actual scripture. We're going to ignore that, right? But anything where it's we're splitting up families, we're imprisoning people falsely, we're taking kids. And look, I'm not here to make a political statement on whether I agree with what they are or aren't doing. Birthright citizenship is a uniquely American thing, and not American as in North and South America. It doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. So it's actually a valid complaint. But we have it here. But with that being said, I love when these guys get on here, and instead of just defending your point and saying this is what I believe, right? You're like, this is from God. This is from, like, that right there infuriates me. It infuriates me to a point that, as my old self, I would still like to put my hands on you. Like, do not put this on God. Just say, hey, this is what I believe as a Anglo-American. Like, just say that. Just say, I can respect that.
Well, this is the new age of leading the ignorant, and they're gonna do exactly what you want to do.
Yeah, and it's dangerous rhetoric, because
it's super dangerous.
Anytime that's how genocide occurs, right? When you say, hey, this is a mandate from God. Yeah. People just follow that blindly, because a lot of people follow religion blindly.
That's how these cult docs get
exactly.
That I love. And
here's the crazy thing. God has told you not to do it blindly. He's told you that there's going to be wolves in sheep clothing.
Absolutely.
He's clear that there's false prophets. Galatians. There's people that's going to come in my name. He clearly said there's people that are going to show up saying, I said this. You got to be smart enough to know that, no, that is not from me.
We prey on the ignorant so much. And then, the sad part is this cycle starts in, you got a guy like him, you have somebody that's ignorant following him, they do everything. Those people have kids. Their kids get educated, and then their kids look back, and their kids turn their back, not on the pastor, not on their parents, but they're going to go all the way back to God and say, you know what? I can't believe in him because it is. And the sad part is your parents just wasn't educated enough, and your pastor knew that they weren't educated enough and said,
took advantage of it.
I'm going to take advantage of them. And it's a sad world. But you know what? You keep playing with karma, it's going to come back and get you. Now, I did laugh at the pastor that put a basketball court as his stage while he preached, and he was shooting hoops and he was doing layups. I sent that to you. I'm going to insert it in this pod because it's hilarious.
They doing too much. Y'all doing too much, and y'all got too much money.
So do we have performative pastoring?
Absolutely we do. That's all we have is performative pastoring, because their audience are filled with women, and women need performance.
Did you see Andrew Caldwell preaching?
Oh gosh. No. I did see somebody sent me what's our guy Mike Todd was pulled up in. Well, they had I don't know how old it was. He was pulling up in the what is the EV truck? The Cybertruck?
The Cybertruck?
Yeah, he's in the back of it. Yeah, pulling up in it.
I feel bad. I wonder if we get him off TV.
No. Unfortunately, we're not that lucky. He is sassy. Like, that's somebody that y'all can call sassy.
Absolutely.
He is sassy.
We gotta let that rock. Hold on, man. Hold on. Cause I gotta show y'all. I gotta play this clip. And you know what's funny is I sent it to my sister and she sent it to me. Excuse me. Hold on, y'all. Y'all stay right there. He is sassy. I made a promise I won't talk about my boy anymore. I just made it mentally. I don't even remember his name. What is his name? What's my boy name who oh, here you go. Listen to this. Hold on.
Begin to give God some praise. Come on, begin to give God some praise.
You remember I'm Delivered?
Yeah, he preaching now. He delivered.
Thank you, Jesus.
Watch this.
Come on, the Holy Ghost is in the room.
Here you
Come
go.
on, the Holy Ghost is in the room. Open your mouth
There it
and
is.
begin to give
See,
God
it's dropping.
praise.
Y'all gonna stop playing with God, bro.
Hey man, he held it in long. He's holding it. He's holding his frame. He's holding his acting as much as he can.
Look, y'all gotta stop.
Man, say he delivered. He delivered, bro.
All right.
He said, man.
You know the Bible better than I do. There's something in there about the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, man. Man, say he delivered. He delivered, man. We all have our vices.
Carnival Cruise said a couple of y'all, we got new rules.
Did I put the rules in there?
Mm-hmm. Where the rules at, man? They're gonna be stricter on drugs.
Which they should. Yeah, I cannot believe y'all are sneaking weed onto boats.
What?
Going to foreign countries.
Absolutely.
Y'all have lost y'all mind. Some of these countries will lock y'all up for weed.
Yeah.
Like
Brittany Griner.
Y'all have lost y'all mind. Stop doing that, man. No, smoking is not that. It's not that important.
For some people it is. It's that serious for them. They got curfews. Guests 17 and under must not be in public areas until 1 a.m. Actually, I'm not mad at this.
No.
Also, my parents used to let me go get pizza at like 2 a.m. when I was hungry on cruises. And I have not been on a cruise since I've turned 16. And the time that I went on a cruise before I was 16, I might have been like 8. So 10-year-old Gavin was like walking around on cruise ships at 2 a.m. just to get pizza.
Yeah, they can't do that anymore. Not mad at that rule.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that one. Boots on the ground, but you got to leave your fans at home. Now, this is when it gets racy. Can we be real?
They sick of y'all.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they sick of y'all. They sick of y'all.
They have not officially banned hip hop or rap in their clubs. But it's saying that some they've noticed that that genre is absent in the clubs. And they have a more pre-approved song from the DJs. They're going to have unlimited drink package. So 15 drinks per 24-hour period. I don't like that. 15 drinks in 24 hours?
But here's the thing, though.
Nah.
That means that you had people that was going over that.
Duh.
And was doing too much.
No more Bluetooth speakers.
Should have never had Bluetooth speakers on a cruise ship.
You shouldn't, or everybody shouldn't, but I should be able to.
What do you mean?
Bruh, cause see, this what happened. When people know you could bring Bluetooth speakers, what happens is on the Lido deck where we have a DJ, there's probably like 20 people out there with speakers.
Yeah, or there's somebody that brought the big Beats by Dre speaker that's loud as hell and partying at the pool. Like, decorum is still a thing.
Is this racist rules though?
I don't think it's racist in what they wrote. I think they had to target a demographic though.
I'm here to tell y'all, just like when Kabutos did they thing, this is racist too.
I think they're targeted demographic. But here's the thing though, like I can't even be mad at it because somehow this has become the representative of my community, right? And I was having this conversation last night. I was like, the vast majority of blacks live in the Bible Belt, right? If you extend that up through Maryland, right? If you go to Upper Maryland and you bring it all the way down through Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
Like that's where right? Most blacks in those areas are either middle class or rural, right?
Okay.
But the rural people aren't known as being hood or hoodlum, right? They're real, but they're not really known as being hoods or hoodlum, right? That imagery has come from New York City, Philadelphia, Chicago, and
LA.
Somehow LA, despite the fact that we're like 3% of the population out there.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, yo, so it's a misrepresentation of who we are.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, it's tiresome, right?
I don't like that fan thing.
I don't like the fan thing either. And it again, right? It's targeted, right?
Yeah, because this song is, and shout out to South Carolina. Y'all did something right. Because the guy from South Carolina.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Mike don't, see, that's what I'm telling y'all. Mike don't be knowing his city, man. Mike is from Charlotte now.
I clearly say in the press kit, I'm a Charlottean at this point.
Yeah, he from South Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't know if he from Columbia or Charleston, but from one of that. But anyway, the point is, that is fairly new.
Yeah.
The dance is new. The fans is new. It's no longer than a year or so old. So they seen enough of them fans.
But y'all doing too much.
They saw y'all sidestepping.
Y'all,
it's like, oh no,
y'all doing too much. And again, right, like you have to. There's nothing wrong with having decorum, right? And I think again, I'm speaking as upperly mobile, top third, white collar, college educated black man here, right? Every time we've said like, hey, there's places and times where y'all doing too much, right? Yeah. Like when we were discussing, it was a few years ago, of people twerking at brunch on the tables, right? And we was like, yo, can you chill? Like, you don't have to do that, right? It was like, shut up. You can't tell us what to do. We're just having a good time. And it's like, yo, y'all gotta chill. Y'all have to chill. There's places where you could go to do what you want to do. And then there's places that you go that you gotta be like, yo, we gotta hold it back a little bit here.
Yeah, the song just came out in 2024. So it's fairly new. And the dude, I mean, his name is Douglas whatever, but he goes by the stage name 803 Fresh. He's from Wagner.
Okay.
Ener, South Carolina?
Yeah, no? I think that's near like Florence, like the Low Country.
Okay, cool. See? Yeah. Whatever that red dot is, I don't know. You know what it's at.
Yeah.
So anywho, the point is this is new. I didn't like that, but I didn't like, you know what put me onto this? I remember when Kabuto's, which is a hibachi grill spot, I don't know where they at. We got a couple of in Charlotte, but when they was putting up like what you couldn't wear, like your pants couldn't sag, you couldn't wear hoodies, you couldn't wear do-rags, and it was like, hey, it's not racist rules, but
well, it's targeted demographic, and also right, it becomes problematic because if a Anglo-American walked in with a hoodie, right, you don't think anything about it. You just see, it's just a young kid with a hoodie on, right? If a black kid walks in with a hoodie, you're like, oh my gosh, who is he, right?
That's what Stephen A. Smith said.
That is a problem in this country. That is a real problem, right? But I don't have a problem with a restaurant saying like, hey, no hoodies, nobody. Right?
Yeah.
Nobody, right? Because that's going to include them. And then you got to enforce it, right? You can't say no hoodies, nobody. Then I look over here.
Little Tommy got it on.
Yeah, Tommy got a hoodie on, right? Yeah, now I'm going to be pissed, right? Yeah. So I get it. I'm not mad at people having rules of saying, hey, when you come into my place, I expect a certain level of decorum.
Where them fans at? I like that song.
I like it too, but y'all do be annoying with that. Like, it's annoying. Chill.
No, when you see the old people do it, it go off. They play that right after R. Kelly. I'm telling y'all. Y'all can hate all y'all want. Them old people, y'all see none of y'all ain't care because y'all know good well. Y'all know that when y'all go to y'all cookouts, y'all aunts and uncles sit around and say, we playing R. Kelly here at the cookout. And y'all don't go up to the DJ. Y'all don't go to the Bluetooth speaker.
No, they don't. No, you're right.
Y'all go sit y'all ass at the kids' table and you 35. Speaking of racism, I don't know if I sent it to you. Rush Hour was getting played on TV.
Yeah, you sent me that. And they put a disclaimer there.
And so I saw it and I didn't think nothing of it because I love Rush Hour.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think I watched Rush Hour like 2 days before, funny enough. And it was nothing in there that stood out as racist to me. And then on Love Island, my girl who they kicked off, y'all hurt my heart. One of my favorites. And Karina said I got to type, so that's why I love her. Because come to find out the girl's like Puerto Rican or something.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
she not beating no allegations.
Yeah, never beat no. And y'all gonna stop accusing me too. Well, I'm never beating it. She was pretty. She said she apparently like 2 years ago, she was online.
Yeah.
The girl, her name is Sierra. Everybody knows if you watch the show. And she said that she has to wear something on her eyes. I don't know if it was like a makeup or whatever, because she said it makes my eyes look chinky.
Yeah. And
those allegations. So basically, Love Island has done the worst job of vetting people on their show. Because second episode, they kicked the girl straight off because she was Hispanic, Cuban, going around saying the N-word. We talked about that before, right? Kicked her off. And this girl, they sent her, let me tell you something. and I'm gonna get to my point later about this, but they kicked this girl off the next episode, and this was the only couple that was like coupled off. Like, we are the couple. We are a couple. We are the top couple. We're gonna make it to the end. And they're not the prettiest couple, but they're both of them are super attractive. The guy's super attractive, the girl's super attractive. And it made sense, right? And they just, hey, she had a personal matter, she's gone. And it's because of that.
Yeah. And
then I thought about the rush hour thing. Because in the show, Chris Tucker calls one of the Asian guys a chink. And so it made me think about it. And I couldn't remember if that screenshot, if that's from Peacock or not. Because both Love Island's on Peacock.
Yeah.
So it got me thinking, we know that most people, so here's the thing about me, and I will give black people this. We only know like very high level racist terms.
Yeah. We don't know. We don't know the B side to the album.
So I remember one time when my girl started telling me Hispanic racist terms, and I'm like, "Oh, you ain't gonna never hear that in my family." She was like, "Why?" I said, "Cause I don't know none of this."
Yeah,
I ain't never even heard them use this. There's some words out there that you might hear. Well, of course, my family don't ever use them because who has time to use the top level racist? Hispanic terms,
we're not race scientists over here with our racism.
So, but it got me thinking. The girl Sierra's 22, 23.
Yeah.
Have she's been educated that, hey, these terms are racist?
No, absolutely not.
Because even black people, I've heard black people use that term. And not saying it's right.
Yeah.
But nobody's saying, hey, I'm trying to be racial with you. But also I'm wondering, are we teaching our kids, our younger homeboys, are y'all teaching the YNs or whoever y'all want to be like, hey, this term is actually racist?
Yeah, I don't think we're teaching terms. One of the things that I will say is that we teach tolerance to the point of Essence Festival, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe too much tolerance, right? So I think tolerance is the biggest thing. As a free speech absolutist, y'all heard me say this, I don't get offended over words, right? Yeah. So she's suffering the consequence of using that term, right? Mm-hmm. I doubt if she meant it in a disparaging way. I think she probably meant it in a descriptive way, right?
Yeah.
And to this point, I really can't say, I don't know a lot of Asians like that, right? Mm-hmm. But I can't say I've ever heard an Asian say, oh my God, I hate when you call me this, right? Yeah. Like I've seen, Jewish people say, I don't want to be called this, right? I've seen Hispanic people say, I don't want to be called this. They don't want to be called even like different nationalities that are right next to each other, right? So
call my girl Dominican, see what happens.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, so it's like I've heard that, right? I've heard blacks say, maybe I don't know enough Asians, right? Yeah. Or it's not, or I'm not in racist enough environments, around Asians.
True.
To hear that, right? So I think there's a level of ignorance, right? Now you can't just say, well, we're going to get to excuse it because of ignorance, right? It's a learning opportunity. But, like earlier we would say like, yo, this is going to be held against Diddy, right? Because of X, Y, Z. I don't think this should be held against her. And I'm not saying that because she's a woman or because she's pretty. It's just something, it's the B side of the track. I never got there. Sorry.
Yeah. And then you know what? This one I want to get to as well. For some reason, we've said this on this podcast, we are not allowed to call women losers sometimes.
Yes.
The fact that this girl, y'all are calling ICE on her parents.
Yeah.
And she Puerto Rican.
Y'all are losers for that.
That is mean. And I told my group of friends, I said, for some reason, we're not allowed to keep saying that, hey, women are mean and gays are mean. And there's a real reason why we don't get to have that conversation about this show.
Yeah.
Because straight men aren't a large demographic of the show watching the show.
Yeah.
So you can't say, hey, the men are being mean to her because you're spelling out that the gays are being mean to her.
Yeah.
And the gays aren't going to come here and say, hey, y'all women are mean because they participating in the same thing.
Exactly.
And so now we're in this weird spot where it's just like, yeah, y'all finding Huda's baby daddy and harassing him. You are calling ICE on American citizens.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get into the racist part of, y'all just think they Mexican, you trying to be messy, right?
Yeah.
And it's weird. You know what I'm saying? I was laughing at the show earlier because I said, if Huda, you don't know who she is. I know who she is. Yeah. She would have been sent home if she was black a long time ago, but we don't get to have that conversation. Why? Because if a black woman gets on that show and calls another dude a pussy ass bitch, then she is gone.
Yeah.
They would have been, honestly, would have been a bigger deal.
It would have been a much bigger deal. And like, y'all are lames for doxing people. Doxing people are lame. And I don't believe in karma. I really don't, because I see bad people just win way too much. Mm-hmm. But what I do know is that nasty behavior of, you always want to see somebody lose. You are going to run into somebody that wants to see you lose more. And you're going to experience it. And it's going to break you.
See, she pretty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She a pretty girl.
Yeah.
I already told y'all about the Abercrombie and Fitch doc, and I just got finished with the American Apparel doc. I really ain't got nothing to say. Only thing I'm saying is what y'all think that Mike is here we go, admitting that Mike is right. Yo, white boys was getting some wild stuff off back in the day. That's all I'm gonna say. The CEO, if y'all thought Diddy was getting some stuff off,
yeah. I just saw that doc. It was wild. It was wild.
It was wild.
Now that's probably a RICO charge.
Oh, that's definitely a RICO charge.
If they want a RICO charge, that is a RICO charge.
These dudes was wilding out.
Oh,
wilding
man.
out. I think the American Apparel doc, he was like sleeping with employees and he was like trying to make an excuse for it.
Oh, I remember that. I watched that one too. I used to love their shirts, their t-shirts.
The softest t-shirts in the world.
Amazing. Yeah.
He was getting off like he was hiring, everything was made in America, but all by illegals. So
jeez, good Lord.
And so ICE came in there and was like, yo, you got to get them out of this before ICE was deporting, but they was like, yo, you got to send them home.
Yeah.
But he had pissed somebody off.
Before we had this version of ICE.
Yeah. ICE now is remixed. But the funny part about ICE, the funny part about the dude, like they sent him home with $30 million. They was like, all right, we're going to give you $30 million. You got to quit. But the company was already losing $80 million a year. So it was just like, whatever. But the fact of how they were doing it and the photographer in there, like if you wasn't coming over his house, and if you wasn't allowing him to fill on you, he was sending dudes home because not American Apparel, Abercrombie and Fitch. The funny part about them, they focus on men.
Yeah.
But also in the doc, they showed how most of the models were gay men.
Mm-hmm.
But this photographer, the CEO, the photographer were closeted gay men, but they was using company stuff to get their rocks off.
Yeah.
And so my point is, if y'all watch the doc, you'll realize more and more that these white boys been getting it off.
The Anglo-Americans been getting it off for a minute. I mean, like
that's how they got the country.
Yeah, Diddy got it from somewhere.
Oh,
he got it from somewhere.
Now you trying to talk for real?
Yeah, he worked under Clive, right?
Poor Clive. He still with us?
I don't even know.
Poor Clive, man. Hold on, we got one more little thing before we get up out of here.
Probably evil people live forever.
They do.
Probably the best pure scorer ever in the history of the game.
Hold on. Let's rewind that.
I was probably the best pure scorer ever in the history of the game. Because I was pretty equipped. When I think about it, I'm just saying, like,
Could you pull up from the elbow?
I need to be in this conversation.
Could you pull up from the elbow?
I got all that.
Knock down the three.
All that.
Could you back them down?
Contest champ.
Could you turn around?
All of that. Post ups.
Could you dunk?
All of that. I was shooting. I must have been one of the most equipped. Look, here we go. Boom. Who is this? I'm to the rack.
Okay.
3 people.
Who is talking to Paul Pierce here?
Let me see. Go over your head.
Keyshawn.
That's pretty.
Keyshawn.
Yeah, this is equipped.
Keyshawn Johnson.
Okay.
You want game winners? Wop. Here we go. Like, I'm trying to figure
Hey,
out.
Paul Pierce. This goes back to my Allen Iverson conversation of how guys see themselves in the NBA.
And they delusional?
Paul Pierce was that dude, bro.
And see, AI, I need to offer you an apology because you didn't ask for what I had to say, and I love you. Paul Pierce.
I think these guys, that was my point. I think when these NBA guys look at themselves, bro, they're like, yo, I was a top tier player.
And I'm here to tell Paul Pierce, you are delusional.
Man, Paul Pierce was dropping game winners, going to the rack, inside, outside.
And they were losing.
Hey, man.
When Paul Pierce was scoring all them points, him and Antoine, what's his last name? I don't want to say Jameson because that ain't him.
Oh, Antoine Walker. Yeah.
They were going home.
Yeah.
They almost got Doc fired. They should have got Doc fired. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I believe, like, Paul Pierce probably thinks he's the top 10 NBA player all time.
He do smoke a lot of weed.
Like, he probably goes through the list. He might put himself at 10 behind Kobe. He might put himself there, but it's like, I think he sees it. I think when men reach like the top, right? Like, you even got to be at the very top. I think that's just something that we all do, right? Like, as soon as this pod hits top 50, you're not gonna be able to tell me I'm not the number one pod in the country.
That might be fair. We might get that off.
I'm gonna be like, yo, there's nobody better than us.
He averaged. Hold on, no. My man only averaged 19, 5, and 3.
Hey man, 20.
Don't
20 points a game, man.
Don't talk to me about.
Hey man, I'm not mad at Paul Pierce take. Let's get up out of here.
Let's get up out of here. What do we want to start with? Malik Beasley, you got to stop. You done. You cooked.
What did Malik do? Oh, the alleged gambling. It looks bad though. Twitter's making you look bad, bro.
Worse. They make you look worse.
Like I don't know if you did or didn't, but those accusations on Twitter, bro.
Only thing I will say, when they got you, it seems like they got you. The only person they didn't have was Otani.
Otani had a fall guy also.
Absolutely. And it was
he's still getting screwed over.
Absolutely. NBA All-Star, y'all got to stop playing, man. The ladies having Caitlyn ranked number 9 as far as guards.
The WNBA is shooting themselves in the foot more than I've ever seen any sports league or even sports team. I've seen y'all are running yourselves like very Donald Sterling Clipperish now.
It's weird.
It's getting bad. Like Caitlyn is your star. Ride your star, man. You don't have to like her, but ride her.
Clearly, they don't like her.
Hey, look, go ride your talent, man. Ride your talent.
Shout out. I don't feel bad for Dame Lillard. I just don't.
He's older. He's got paid a lot of money.
He hasn't made a lot of money. I mean, he should have.
No, he made a ton of it.
Oh yeah, he done made a lot. But like, he supposed to get one more max contract.
No, man, he's like 35, bro.
I don't.
He's at the end, and he's gonna get paid out of this contract. Like he's gonna get a medical payout. Like he's fine.
Yeah, that's why I don't feel bad for him.
Yeah,
but I mean, I do feel bad. I am shocked that they let him go. Even though, it is what it is, and
bro,
he's
35 with an Achilles though. Like, yeah, they like, bro, you
and you're not really. Well, he is a shooter. Yeah, he's 34.
They
I don't know, man.
They like, you're not gonna make it back.
Dang, he got a divorce last year. Oh yeah, because he was supposed to be linked up with somebody else. LeBron James, LeBron. The NBA. I don't know if the NBA is gonna let you leave LA and think you about to give Dallas, Cleveland. They'll let Cleveland give your farewell tour. But if you think the NBA is finna let you go to Dallas,
you're not going to Dallas.
And you're not going to Miami.
Your farewell tour will be in LA.
Yeah,
it's gonna be in LA,
and it's gonna be the greatest thing ever.
I don't know this Miami team though. I think I like LeBron in this Miami team.
I don't think Pat Riley want nothing to do with LeBron.
Yeah, Pat Riley need to retire. Need to go and hand that team over to Zoe and Haslam.
Zoe still got the flip on.
Probably.
He got to get rid of that. Angel Reese is going to be the cover of the WNBA. Now, I want to have clarity on this. Are y'all getting y'all own game, or y'all going to be an extension of 2K like y'all were past years?
Gotta be an extension.
It got to be.
It's got to be.
Because if y'all think, and if WNBA, I'm here to tell y'all, if they come to y'all and say, we're going to give y'all own standalone game, say no. Say no, because they trying to play y'all. This is a setup to clown y'all.
Yeah.
Because if y'all think people about to put y'all on their PS5s,
it's an extension. Gotta be.
It gotta be.
Yeah.
What you got planned this weekend?
What do we have planned this weekend? I'm not quite sure right now. I got a lot of work related stuff, man. The last 2 weeks I've been at my parents' house, so
look, still ain't been there.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I could stand in for Eds down there. Now, y'all gonna have me working outside. I don't believe.
Oh, you gonna be working outside? That's what I was doing for like 3 days.
I do not believe in sweating, so I can't.
Bro, it was hard work. It was hard work. I definitely lost a pound down there.
There you go. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing nothing. Oh, you might see me. Anybody who gonna be at the NAACP thing, I'll be down there this weekend giving back. I need to figure out a way. We need to run an ad. Never mind. Y'all want to see us. We don't know if our studies align with them. But yeah, man, look, I want everybody to send this out to 2 people, man. Go purchase a t-shirt. Send a t-shirt to a damn friend that needs a t-shirt, man. Some of y'all know too many active dads to not own a t-shirt or own this t-shirt. So go get you one, send it up. And with that, we're gonna holler at y'all next time.
Holla at your boy.